Good evening, my viewers. First of all, may the soul of the dead rest in peace. Sincerely, it could be anybody. It can be Igbo, it can be Yoruba, it can be Hausa. I'm talking about a police officer who lost his life in the incident. What if it's an Igbo officer? Which is possible. You know, I think EFCC, our police, is a police section. Yeah. This is why I'm not happy with people like Reno Omokri, who are saying what they don't know. Reno Omokri is trying to instigate ethnic violence out of what happened. And this violence is targeted against the Igbo. He's doing everything. You saw his posts for some time now. He's doing everything to make others come at the Igbo people. And I urge all Igbo people in authority to take note of what Reno Omokri is doing. Because what destroys a city starts small. The man who shot the EFCC operatives wouldn't have known whether the person he shot will be an Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. You understand? The Igbo people, the Yoruba people, all Nigerians work with the police force and EFCC. He shot his gun in self-defense. Meanwhile, I am not here to defend him. No. Let us see the following video before we analyze and we tell you what we have for you today.
Are you sure that these are trained officers of EFCC? How do you bash into somebody's private chat in the dead of the night and you cannot even explain yourself, you can't even identify yourself? And you expect the man to open his gate for you? Now that the unfortunate has happened, they are now bringing all manner of charges against this man. He's a ritualist, he's a kidnapper, he's a drug dealer, he's a 419. I mean, what exactly were you going there to do? Because everybody is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Moses, some people that don't like your faith, they can write petition against you and hand over to EFCC that you see that man, I'm suspecting him. He's the this, he's that. He bought a new car yesterday. And I don't know exactly what he's doing. All these things are something that could happen. So when you are approaching such a matter, observe due diligence. What is wrong in going to drop an invitation on that man's gate? If he doesn't want to answer you, no problem. You have done the needful. Then you wait for him on the due date. If he doesn't come, go to court, obtain a bench warrant. With that bench warrant, you can now go and arrest him anywhere on the road, though. On the marketplace, in his office, anywhere. That's what it means. Than this brigandage. They have done this in severally and it has not helped them. Some of them have been injured. That is why these boys are now becoming aggressive. Why would you treat them as if they don't have any right? On mere suspicion, you go on a rampage. Meanwhile, when politicians, the real thieves, the real armed robbers who are stealing us blind, when you meet them, you pamper them, you treat them like king. You know, you give them all the respect. This other Yahoo boy that they are pursuing, mention any Yahoo boy that have stolen 1/10 of the amount of money these people was alleged to have taken away from Nigeria. And yet they are moving about freely. But when you hear Yahoo boy, you think that you have gotten the devil himself. It's not, we can't have two laws in a state. That's the problem here. If that had belonged to a lawmaker or a former governor, they won't stop it like that. They will still give him all the due respect and all that. You know, make him come to answer, you know. So I don't think that thing they went for that is the proper way. Their you know, their superior officer have told them, stop this your night trade and all that. Moses, there is no way anybody can escape EFCC radar in any environment. All you need to do, mass surveillance. The man won't even know that you are trailing him. They have all the sophisticated equipment to trace anybody. The phone call alone, if they put a tracker on your phone, my dear, even if you enter, they will go there and meet you. So why all this behaving as if they are in they are tout? Are they not watching what FBI do in America when they want to get a suspect? They should go back to the drawing board and leave all this behavior. It's not good because they are trying to make these guys, if at all they are Yahoo boys, they are trying to make them feel that they are not an endangered species. Whenever you see a young man riding a car or carrying a laptop, he's a Yahoo boy.
Are they trained officers of the EFCC? Is that their modus operandi? Are they permitted to break into people's compound at night from anywhere, just like that? Is that how they operate? Please note, I am looking at the review of this man in the studio. Yes, I'm looking at his review. I realize haters of Ndibo are trying to make something out of this, forgetting that such attack in self-defense would have happened to anyone else. After all, like I said earlier, the Igbos, every other ethnicity are in the EFCC. He did not brought out his gun. Oh, that one is Hausa. Let me shoot him in self-defense. No, he shot, not knowing who he shot. Now we are reviewing what this man said. I've always listened to this man. He's intelligent in reviewing matters. Was this said man who the EFCC went to his house in that fashion, was he invited and he did not honor their invitation? I remember the case of Rochas Okorosha, the former governor of Imo State. It was alleged he refused to honor EFCC invitation. So we saw what happened, the invasion of his house. We saw them coming through the ceiling and Rochas was sitting, waiting for them. They break through the house. They went up, broke through it's like he had security doors and the rest of them. So they went through the ceiling and entered the house. It's like EFCC have welders, other professional carpenters who, when it comes to they breaking into houses, those people will come. It's like they have something like that. They break into homes of suspects. Now, do they normally do that without any notice? Do they do that just on mere suspicion, like the man said in the studio? Can they only do that after the person who they invited have evaded arrest or has refused to honor their invitation? When are the EFCC, the security operatives, permitted to break into people's home? Okay. Like he said, do the EFCC have to go to court to get bench warrant to arrest him anywhere, should in case he had refused to honor their invites? Is that how it works here? Do security operatives have the right to break into any people's compound in any fashion, harass and arrest Nigerians? I remember the other day, I was crossing past a hotel and I saw some boys digging it out with policemen. The policeman claims those guys were Yahoo boys. And the boys were like, oh, we are not. We are not. They want to extort money from us. And they were dragging it with the police boldly. They were boldly dragging it with them. And like we already know, this is a common trend. And people are afraid. In a case whereby some of these alleged security operatives, some of them are not even in uniform. Anything is possible these days. Because we have massive kidnappings in the country. There are also allegations, you've heard it severally, and not just today, it's not a new thing, of the security operatives conniving and colluding with kidnappers or thieves to operate. You hear a case whereby the police lend their guns to armed robbers or kidnappers to work with. The other day, a civil defense person was arrested for working with kidnappers, working with terrorists. My friend narrated of his experience of how men in mufti stopped him around the place in Abuja. They were driving as if they are security operatives. They parked and they called him. The way they did this was as if, oh, you are a suspect. And he honored, he followed them. As if, oh, people were passing by. He followed them as if the security operatives called him. They asked him to enter their vehicle. And he did. And under pressure, they forced him. He transferred all of the money in his account to a particular account they gave them. They gave him. And this is a guy working for somebody. He moved the company's money away to a particular account. And do you know what? Several people have impersonated the police. We've seen cases whereby people were arrested for putting on police uniforms. And some even had guns. Some arrested for putting on army uniform. So how do you expect Nigerians to react when people come to security operatives or, the ones in uniform and the ones in mufti comes to arrest them? How do you expect them to react? Recently in the news, we had Yahoo boys had a shootout with EFCC operatives. You wonder why? Are they really Yahoo boys? Are they criminals? Could it be that they have so much been intimidated and they decide to, be acting in self-defense? Compare this story to what just happened. I am not here to defend the man, but are the police supposed to, even though we have seen such in foreign films, I've seen such, are the police supposed to go into his house that way? At night, according to the man in the studio, he said police can put tracker on people's number and track the person and know where to pick the person up. That is not hard for them. So if it is not hard for them, they are sophisticated, especially EFCC. They are sophisticated in their work. Why would they still act as if they are just like, common criminals who kidnap people, invade people? Why would they act that way? I think these guys should act properly in a way people will not be suspicious of them. Now, based on what is happening, people are afraid of people coming to pick them up. They don't know who is who. And the police are being also used. Some of these times, police are used. You could have problem. Look at what he said. Somebody may not like your face. You could have problem with somebody. They can even take the police and silence you. They pay money to the police. According to him, the police is supposed to, maybe after inviting the guy, he refused. Now they will go to court and obtain the right permission, bench warrant. And they will use their technology and not to hammer in at night. That is what he's trying to say. He's trying to say they should have gotten the court order to do that. Then it will be backed. And some people are currently trying to bring ethnic tensions. People like Omokri and the rest of them. Yes, this time around, it is an Igbo man who shot an Hausa man. Is the Igbo man aware it was an Hausa man that is trying to pick him up? Are there no Igbo people in the force, in all of the forces? So why are people trying to make it look as if it's an ethnic war? If Reno Omokri is in Nigeria, he should be brought for questioning. Because, like play, na so they start to. Na so they start like play. They are listening to him. Nobody is cautioning him. Before you know it. Meanwhile, it is sad to lose somebody. Yes. May God give the family of this guy the fortitude to bear this loss. May his soul rest in peace. We are not in support of his death, no. But the law should properly operate as the law should operate. What do you think, viewers? Add your comment on the comment section. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to our channel. Share this video widely. I'm Azuka OJ. Bye-bye for now.